Good evening. This is a meeting of the Township Committee, August 19th, 2024. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk all on January 11th, 2024. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Here.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. At this time, we have certificates of appreciation and proclamations for the record. Our first up proclamation is recognizing August 31st, 2024 as Overdose Awareness Day in the Township of Middletown, and proclamation recognizing September 24th as Recovery Month in the Township of Middletown. At this time, we have approval of minutes, the July 22nd, 2024 regular meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. At this time, we have public hearing on proposed ordinances. Our first ordinance, 2024-3422, an ordinance repealing and replacing ordinance number 2024-3418, amending and restating ordinance 2023-3371 solely as to the established fair market value for property identified as Block 1045, Lot 2, Nut Swamp Road, Block 1045, Lot 3, 1114 Nut Swamp Road, and Block 1045, Lot 4, Dwight Road within the Township of Middletown.
I recommend that this ordinance be carried to the next Township Committee meeting.
Okay, and the advice of council will carry that meeting to the next, carry that ordinance to the proposed ordinance to the next meeting.
Okay.
Righty?
At this time, we have ordinance 2024-3423, an ordinance amending Chapter 465-95 of the Code of the Township of Middletown, prohibiting parking at all times along the south side of Prospect Avenue from Central Avenue.
Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment on ordinance number 2024-3423? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinances. Our first ordinance, 2024-3424, ordinance adopting the 325 Highway 36 redevelopment plan consisting of Block 238, Lots 5 and 6, and a portion of the Central Avenue right-of-way.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held September 3rd, 2024. This time we have ordinance for introduction, 2024-3425, an ordinance authorizing the 2025 salary ordinance.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held September 3rd, 2024. At this time, we have a presentation, the annual update to the Ocean Monmouth Multi-Jurisdictional Program for public information as it relates to flood insurance promotion and rates in Middletown.
All right, Stacy, how you doing today?
Good. I just want to make sure it's up on the screen. Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stacey Kraus, and I'm a licensed land use planner and a certified floodplain manager. And I'm here tonight as the town's floodplain manager and CRS coordinator to present to the committee the update to the Ocean Monmouth multi-jurisdictional program for public information, the original of which you all formally adopted for submission to FEMA in December 2023.
Stacy, just move that mic so that it's right, so that you're getting caught up in it.
All right, is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. now.
So Middletown is a CRS participating community. CRS stands for Community Rating System. It's a voluntary FEMA program that provides flood insurance rate discounts to residents based on actions that we as the town take related to flood risk reduction through local building codes, land use and environmental planning, and flood insurance promotion, among other areas. Of the 549 New Jersey communities that participate in the CRS program, Middletown is number 22 in terms of flood insurance policies in force, which is 2,648 policies. We currently have a CRS rating of 6. This rating gives residents in the special flood hazard area a 15% discount on their flood insurance policies. And with the plan update that I'm speaking about now, we'll hopefully increase our score to be able to offer a 25% discount. So in 2023, Middletown helped establish and join as a participating member of the Ocean Monmouth Multi-Jurisdictional PPI, with myself as the required public member, and then Charlie Errett of OEM graciously agreed to serve as our required public member. And Marco Fernandez of our EMS has also attended some meetings with me as an alternate to Charlie. The other member towns include Brick, Manaloking, Neptune, Ocean Point, and Point Pleasant Beach. And we're always actively seeking new member towns. So PPI stands for Program for Public Information, and it's a CRS activity by which select professionals create and disseminate public information on flood hazards and flood insurance. We do this by disseminating public information to target audiences in the community, inventorying the region's flood hazards and response, determining flood insurance coverage, identifying gaps in hazards and response. Identifying gaps and opportunities in flood awareness, and then we develop outreach activities to respond to these gaps. So as required, we have recruited various partners from the public sector, including Risk Reduction Plus Insurance, Manasquan and Ocean First Banks, various real estate agencies, New Jersey Natural Gas, and Press Communications LLC radio stations. Just like we're always recruiting other partner towns, we're also always recruiting any members from these agencies or public companies that would like to join our efforts. And then the Ocean and Monmouth County commissioners are also partners in this effort. So in December 2023, we finalized our 130-page PPI, of which you all voted in the same month to support its submission to FEMA. Middletown will now find out during our next FEMA recertification that happens in October of every year how many additional CRS points this 2024 update will get us. This update lists stakeholder meetings and public events that have been held in the past year, new industry stakeholders that we've recruited, an inventory of flood insurance promotion materials and activities that all of us in these towns did as a group, and then an expansion of our priority audiences. This ongoing work is vital in protecting and ensuring the resiliency of the nearly 7,500 people who live in our special flood hazard area. Also in this area is $500 million in improvements, including nearly 3,000 homes. There are currently, like I said, 2,648 NFIP policies in town, and over $59 million has been paid out in Middletown on building claims since the NFIP's creation in 1978. I think this is my last slide. So just as a final plug, especially to benefit members of the public, there are 2 items that have been created recently that members of the public are using every day more and more to determine their base flood elevation and inquiring about things like DEP permits that would be required for the work they'd like to do. The first being our floodplain management website, which is a tab on our building department website. It's a one-stop shop for all information on flood levels, local and state permitting, building standards, mapping, information for surveyors and real estate agents. And a shout out to Raven in our PIO's office who's helped me develop this. And one of the FEMA requirements is to keep this information updated, relevant, and that we not have any dead links on our website, on our town website as a whole. And her and Tara have been really helpful in that. And then also the picture on the bottom is a screenshot of our Forerunner platform, which links from this website. So I scanned nearly 700 FEMA elevation certificates going back about the last 40 years and uploaded them onto this platform, which we use as just shared service with Monmouth County for floodplain management purposes. So I use it internally for record keeping. Residents use the public interface to view elevation certificates, their base flood elevation. You can see ground contours for specific properties. And we're working every day to kind of expand the use and utility of it. And I also found out recently that residents can go on and click on a property and automatically send me kind of like a data request or an information request, because I started getting those emails. So that was really helpful to see. So with all that being said, I thank you for your time, and I ask you to vote to support these planning efforts and adopt the annual update to the PPI as an important both local and regional tool to further guide myself and other officials in this vital work. Thank you.
Thank you. Really great work, especially your effort. I think from the public's perspective, to know that our effort here in Middletown, in just a month or two, could potentially lead to a savings of 15% because of our participation, upwards of 25% if we hit that threshold. So, I thank you for that, and certainly I'm sure that all those that participate in the NFIP program will certainly be grateful that that occurs, if and when those findings support that increase in our point structure. So thank you for everything you're doing. Any questions for Stacy? Okay, Stacy,
All
thank
right,
you again.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we have the consent agenda, which includes resolution 24-218 through 24-230.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Committeeman Clark,
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda.
All right. Township Committee comments. Committeeman Clark.
Thank you, Mayor. Just quickly, I'd like to congratulate Lincroft First Aid on 70 years of serving Middletown, specifically the Lincroft area. And probably even cooler than their 70th anniversary was founding member George Richdale, who's been a really important part of Middletown and the Monmouth County community for a long time, celebrated his 70th year of service for the Lincroft First Aid at that event, which is pretty remarkable. He's 97 years old and sharp as a tack, and I'm proud to call him a friend. He's a former chief in town in the fire department, and just been an outstanding member of the public. So congratulations to the First Aid and to George Richdale on 70 years. Thank you.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Nothing this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. Committeewoman Kratz.
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, I just want to congratulate the police department for having a wonderful evening. Their National Night Out evening was on the 6th, and it was really quite lovely. The weather didn't necessarily cooperate to be able to have it outside, so it was pivoted to the inside of the bubble at Middletown High School North. And it was really just such a great event, and it was wonderful to see so many families be able to, experience, and meet some of our officers and go through the equipment and get to, the police department get to showcase all of their efforts. And again, so much goes into that evening, and truly so much goes into every effort that our police department makes each and every day for all of us in our community. And we're very thankful. So it was a really nice evening to partake in. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
And exploded on me.
Just a couple things while the chiefs are here. Just a great job. I spoke to Chief Morrissey the other day. Saturday night, I guess it was around 5 or 6 o'clock. I was still at work, and I saw a plume of smoke on Route 36, and there was a diesel truck that was carrying 4,000 gallons of fuel that the fire department quickly was able to make a quick stop before it got to the fuel, which is just an amazing job from what I saw from the smoke and what you guys had to do really quickly. So just a great job. I think everyone should know about that. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right. Well, you go clean yourself up here from the exploded pen that you have. I want to kudos to the fire department. I was talking with Frank Mazza, one of our police officers here yesterday, and he had said to me, had the fire department not gotten there within another 2 minutes, probably, we would have been looking at a much different circumstance on that. I had kept in close tabs with Tony and Chief Weber as well. And seriously, rock stars, every single person that responded to that incident in terms of preventing what could have been truly a catastrophic event in town. So Chiefs, I want to thank you. I want to thank all of you for your efforts each and every day. But on Saturday, there's no doubt in my mind that lives were saved because of the swift efforts of our fire department. So I want to thank you. Yesterday had a great event. If you were there, it was just a really amazing America 250 event for Middletown. Claire Garland and Rick Gefkin did an unbelievable job at our Stories Around the Campfire. If you don't know Claire is just one of the sweetest ladies out there, and just does an unbelievable job at recounting the history of Middletown, the Lenni Lenape Sandhill Indian Historical Association she represents. She does a wonderful job, and we had probably 40 or 50 people there yesterday. I know Joan was there yesterday, talking about the different historical aspects of Middletown from the Lenni Lenape tribes, and they brought so much materials and books and artifacts that the kids were able to wear and feel and see, and it was just really amazing. So I want to thank her. I want to welcome Bagel Nook to town. Had their grand opening on Friday. It was when they told me that they sell 5,000 bagels in a week, I thought to myself, that is a lot of bagels. I really couldn't believe that number, but really want to welcome them. Great family out of Old Bridge, and opening up the store here in Middletown, right in between Casa Calaveras and Koch Florists, right there on Route 35. So want to welcome them to town. All right, with that being said, I'll open up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment may do so. We just ask that you state your name and address for the record. We ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. With that being said, any member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion. Oh.
Gonna jump.
Who?
Gentlemen, we're gonna jump up and down. On. My name is Melanie Elmiger, 43 Green Tree Terrace in Lincroft. I'm speaking tonight on behalf of the Lincroft Village Green Association, the LVGA. Unfortunately, Ted's not here, but I first wanted to thank him for taking a walk with LVGA directors along 520 Newman Springs Road in Lincroft, so he could see firsthand a lot of our concerns with missing road signs, non-compliant property condition issues, faded street sidewalk signs and driveways that tell you which direction to go in the Dunkin' Donuts. It's chaos over there. So he saw all these things firsthand and can see a lot of the movements that occur downtown, but he was very observant, especially from an engineer's eye, and he's been here so long and frequents the area. So it was very eye-opening to him as we, walked him through and pointed things out. I also want to thank Brian O'Callahan for his help as well. I had spoken at the June 13th Township Committee meeting about the accidents and the speeding in Lincroft, particularly on 520 Newman Springs Road, a lot by the Navy Road overpass. and by CBA, and also Garden State Parkway exit 109 is another hot spot that's been pretty bad. We've been very fortunate to be working closely with Traffic Safety Lieutenant Antonio Saccone. He acted so quickly to try to investigate what is happening, because it was just a rash of accidents. He sees it firsthand, being a patrolman of that area. The movements, the accidents are bad in that area. And we're just trying to figure out what is happening. What's the prevailing issue? Are people weaving a lot because, you know, the 2 lanes and a lot of stops, there's a lot of rear ends, there's a lot of side swipes. So he immediately installed 2 speed boxes and a sign as you enter Lincroft from Red Bank that says slow down, speed limit 40 miles per hour. He also worked with the DPW to get a lot of the signs cleared so that you could see them better. All these things are helping visibility. We're just trying to figure out what's happening by examining the data from those boxes when it's ready, and try to get more information, because we're hearing from so many residents that are frightened. They're frightened for the young drivers that are coming out onto 520. So we want to kind of get answers, and we're seeking help from the township, the county, and the state. The sports car and motorcycle speeding is out of control. I don't know why this is happening. It seems like in the last year, it's really insane. You can hear it at night, you know, it's just the revving of the engines and then just taking off down 520, because it's a straight corridor. People in Lincroft Farms email us, they text the LVGA and say, what is happening? Did you hear that? You know? And so we're just trying to figure out, like, what's this new behavior, this kind of speed racing, the motorcycles and cars. It's really disturbing. It's unsettling to hear it through, especially on the weekends, like on a quiet Sunday night. So enough bad news. I want to talk about our good news, which is the 25th anniversary of the Lincroft Village Green Association. In 1999, a group of concerned neighbors got together, concerned over a commercial development in Lincroft, the last parcel of open space in Lincroft, and they worked with government to orchestrate a land swap so that could become what is now the Lincroft Village Green. And it's with the township's help that we were able to do that. We are stewards of the park, and although it's owned by the township, we are there weeding and planting and cleaning up and taking care of it. So we are having a 25th anniversary celebration on September 7th. It's a free event for the public. We hope you can all come, and I have a flyer I will hand over, and there'll be entertainment for the kids, there'll be music, and there's cornhole, and you can't say no to cornhole. So we hope you're all there, and thank you for listening.
Thanks, Melanie. All right, any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Don?
Good evening. My name's Don Watson, living at 1 Collinson Drive, and that is the number 1. Melanie mentioned something about signs along 520. At the beginning of my street, because I'm at the number 1 position, there are 2 signs that says no parking from here to corner, or they used to say that. Now it's just a blank piece of metal hanging on the post. Doesn't say anything. There were some construction workers working on a corner house there about a month ago, and they were parking between the sign and the corner. And then a township pickup truck, dump truck actually pulls up, and they're parked on the corner too, in front of this construction truck. So I'm going out to work, and I rolled my window down, and I told the township employees, I said, you know, there's a sign right here that's supposed to say no parking here at a corner. And they said, well, we're just here to look at the street. And I said, yeah, but you're not supposed to park from the sign to the corner. And they said, well, we got our lights on. So that justified them parking. I told them, I said, somebody's going to come around the corner off of Wilson Avenue and they're going to plow right into the truck. You know, so it was a dangerous situation. Melanie also mentioned something about racing out on 520. They've been doing that for years in Belford between East Road and the Navy Road. It's a quarter-mile stretch. Rick should know. Not that I'm saying he reads
The one
down the
racing
road.
or?
Yeah, but even when I was a young child, you could hear the cars out there racing every night, especially in the summer. I'm sure Kimberly hears it when your windows are open. But anyway, this is nothing new. It might be new out in Lincroft, but it's been going on for 60 years. I'll give it around 60 years, you know, in Belford. And I just wanted to mention that. We have a soil excavation restoration site still. We increased the cost of remediating the soil at the Veterans Housing in Belford. Was that discovered after they started driving pilings?
No,
So it was tested on site before they started driving piles? Okay, I was just wondering if they started driving pilings, because I can hear that from my house too. No, I hear the ones in Port Monmouth now. Right, okay, I was just curious whether they discovered more contamination after they started.
They weren't allowed to start and site was certified as clean.
Okay, all right, thank you. And I didn't get to read all of these resolutions. How much are we planning to raise the open space tax?
It goes on 1 cent.
1 cent, so from 2 to 3.
3 to 4.
From 3 to 4. I gotta look at my tax bill a little bit closer. Okay, great. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good night.
Any other member of the public wish to make a public comment? No other member of the public that report.
Close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the summer.